week or two ago, Rob and I dehydrated eggs. Out of 18 eggs, we got a container about this large. So this is powdered eggs, both the egg whites and yolks. Today what we're going to do is use a bit of these powdered eggs to make our French toast. So that'll be shown later in our demonstration. But first what we're going to do is make a dehydrated blueberry syrup and it's easy. So we use the blue agave. This is the sweetener instead of sugar, and our powdered blueberries. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful. So this is what we're going to make today, right now, because you got to have great blueberry syrup for French toast. So also we do have over here some maple syrup, but I think today we're just going to go ahead and make some wonderful blueberry syrup. And now what I did is I powdered up a 1/3 cup of blueberries, and I'm going to pour that in here. My little wannabe bullet. So we've got most of the blueberry powder out. Gotta get every little bit if you can, because this is blueberries, and blueberries are expensive, and they're only going up more and more in price. So I figured it would be a good idea to get the blueberries and dehydrate them so we have them for long-term storage. Next, I'm going to mix 1 cup of the blue agave syrup. And this too will be heated on the stove, because you want all the flavors to pop. Mix the powder in. At least this is my hypothesis. We can mix the powder in to the syrup and heat it while we are making the French toast. And by the time our eggs are rehydrated and our French toast is ready to go, we will have a yummy syrup as well. So I hope you all can see this, but now it'll be getting our blueberries on the stove. And I'm just going to heat that on a simmer for a while, and I'll see if I need to add any water to it. Now to make our dehydrated eggs, to reconstitute them for our French toast. Now I used large eggs, so we're using 1 tablespoon per egg, and I figure 3 eggs will be enough for our breakfast. So, and it doesn't have to be exact, but it's deceptive. There's 18 eggs in here. So to get the most, get it as close to a tablespoon as you can. And that's 3 tablespoons of dehydrated eggs, which amount to 3 large eggs. So now we're going to rehydrate with 3 tablespoons per egg of boiling water. And then you just mix it up and whip it. Make sure it's all dissolved. And as you can see, we have liquefied dehydrated eggs. So you can just put the powder in with your cake mix or whatever it is that you're baking. And no, it doesn't quite look like the fresh eggs that we're used to scrambling and mixing, but this is going to make a great French toast. So now what we're going to do is I like to add a bit of vanilla. I like to add about a capful of vanilla. And a sprinkle of cinnamon. And I also like to have a little bit of salt. So I have a little bit of salt, and this is the pink Himalayan sea salt. So 1, 2 should be enough for that. And I'm going to mix it really good. And if it looks too thick, go ahead and add a bit more water. I'm thinking I might want to add a little bit more water. But it smells like French toast. The consistency is pretty good. A little thick still. So I think maybe let's do another tablespoon of water. Ooh, that's still hot too. So it's not a exact measure, but all of it'll work. If you had some milk, you could add some milk in. If you wanted milk in with your eggs for your French toast, go ahead and just make it the way that you would normally make your French toast. Now we're ready to make our French toast. Turn the fire on. I'm going to put a little tiny bit of olive oil in. As you can see, it's barely a smidge here, but it'll be enough to coat the pan. These pans are really great because you don't really need hardly any oil to cook with. They're only about $20. I think we got it at Walmart, but it has really worked well. And again, here is our egg mixture, and we've never tried this before. This is our first as well, so I truly haven't a clue how it's going to taste. So now we've heated our pan, so I've dropped the bread into, hey, it goes on just like it does normally. Ta-da. It smells just like French toast I've made for 30 years this way. Probably should turn the heat down a bit. So we will see if this turns out as delicious as I think it's going to. Rob will be my tester. Now it looks like the egg is thickened up some, so I probably would add more water to it. But it's not an exact science, so do what works best for you. Now here is our syrup, and see how nice and smooth that is, the juice itself. And those little chunky pieces, that's actually the blueberry in there. Because I had done more of a coarse grind than a fine powder grind. But look at that sauce. Doesn't that look good? So I've got the fire off. You can add vanilla to this if you'd like, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm just going to leave it with the nice sweet blueberry taste. But you could add a little bit of lemon juice, the blueberries, and vanilla if you wanted. So we've got, see how easy that turned over? Hey, looks good. My good spatula happens to be, of course, in the dishwasher. So we're using our other one, which is soon to be replaced. But as you can see, it cooks well. And it's French toast. I'm not saying I don't want this on a daily diet of French toast, but in a shift scenario, this might be a great way to have breakfast using your powdered eggs. And as I said, the powdered eggs are perfectly safe to use, even if you're dehydrating them at home, if you have a timer on your dehydrator. So let's see. quite done. Yep, not quite done yet. See, it's not done yet, but probably because the fire is a little low. And I didn't want to burn it for the video. Okay, now we have all of our pieces of French toast made. Isn't that pretty? So I am going to pour our blueberry syrup into this plastic container. And I figure any of the leftovers, because it's already sweetened, it's just blueberry and the blue agave syrup. This will be great over ice cream or in a smoothie. And so I think we've got something good here. So anyway, I want to see how pretty this is. Look at how pretty that is. Now, if you need to conserve butter, what my grandmother used to do is she would put butter into the syrup and heat it up really nice that way as well. And it's delicious. So, here you go, everybody. We're going to go eat breakfast. I have the butter and the jelly and 4 pieces of French toast out of those 3 eggs. We probably could have actually squeezed another one in there. But 4 is good. 2 for Rob and 2 for me. Have a wonderful day.